Hey everybody, I'm Josh and welcome to another episode of Just Saying. Thank you. On the show today, it is the season 4 finale. So sit back and relax because especially in this episode, I got a lot to say. That's right, everybody. Can you believe it was the season 4 finale? It's weird. I was talking to a coworker who, let's call Margaret. Margaret and I were talking. She's one of my biggest critics of the show, and I love it. She tells me everything that I do wrong on the show, which I love because then I know what to fix to make it better for you all. I was telling her about some issues I was having while filming episode 9 a couple of weeks ago and how I just finished. And normally I film my episodes a couple of weeks in advance, or I try to. And one, I've been really busy and kind of not slacked on doing this. Let's just say I have no episodes planned or even thought ahead for season 5 yet. Normally I would have all of it done. Anyway, so I was talking to her about issues I was having filming, finally got it filmed, and that I was getting ready to film this episode, and I was like, I can't believe it's the season finale already. I mean, it feels like we just started the season. And she said something to the effect of, well, you are doing 2 less episodes a season. I understand. I get that. But what I'm trying to say is that this is episode 10. I can't believe I've done 10 episodes already this year. It feels like time has just flown by. It's been awesome. 2021 has so far proving itself better than 2020. And I'm going to talk a little bit about all of that 2020 stuff a little bit later in the show as part of my special goodbye. But quick reminder, between each season now, I'm going to take 3 weeks off, mainly because I got a lot of work now to do for season 5. And then, speaking of that, we're going to talk later in the show about season 5, and just some more details about the whole contest, murder mystery contest that we're having. And, yeah. I was going to continue the March being National Craft Month, but however, I couldn't find what I was specifically looking for, the type of pictures I was looking for, so I was like, I'm gonna just end the season like I started the season and talk about love. And so I'm gonna show you a couple of segments that I truly love doing, and why I love doing them. And then, like I said, we're gonna talk about season 5, but we can't even end a season. We can't even start a show without another cheesy monologue. So I just want to side note here. I went to latenightLOL.com as usual, and I initially typed in season finale. And it didn't give me a lot of choices, so I just picked what I liked. And then I have filmed a couple of takes already of this, and which are about 30 minutes long-ish. And there was other things in the episode, in the takes that I didn't like. But one of the main things I didn't like were some of my jokes. So just before I started filming, I went to latenightLOL.com and I typed in finale. Just the word finale, and it found me more jokes, but it found me jokes that said the word final in it. And so if the jokes don't have anything to do with the season finale, and just because it has the word final in it, go with the flow. Okay, here we go. Hold on tight. Here we go. It has finally happened. Kate Middleton gave birth to a baby boy weighing 8 pounds, which begs the question, how much is that in U.S. currency? This week, Walmart announced that it will increase its employees' hourly wages by 40%. Workers are pretty excited about it because now they can afford to shop at Target. It's big news. A member of the group ABBA is opening up about an ABBA-themed restaurant where you can sing and dance along with the waiters. It's being called the greatest place to take someone special and then tell them you're gay. It's right down on Main Street. Never been there. I don't have to tell anybody, but whatever. Moving right along. The season finale of The Bachelor was last night. A lot of people were upset that the ending was ruined by social media, while other people were upset that our once great American society was ruined by The Bachelor. Can I get an amen? Here's the final season 4 point to ponder, and it's one of my, out of 46 episodes, this is one of my favorite ones, if not my favorite one. And it really summarizes 2020 as a whole. Adulthood is like looking both ways before you cross the street and then getting run over by a plane. Yesterday, Alex Rodriguez hit his first home run in the new year, and the final season of Breaking Bad premiered. In other words, it was a big day for drug dealers. That's right, I went there. David Stern, the NBA commissioner, is warning that players and owners are miles apart on a new labor contract and that there could be a lockout. So no basketball next season, which is great news for Cleveland fans. The Juno satellite probe, which hasn't been heard from in 5 years and has been traveling through deep space, finally reached Jupiter yesterday and reestablished contact with Earth. The Jupiter satellite's first message was, "The Republican nominee is who?" It's time now for my season 4 finale joke of the week. It's a really good one too. Yesterday, fans at Comic-Con got to see the first 7 minutes of the final Twilight movie. There was a whole bunch of disturbing pale characters battling each other, but once they calmed down, they finally got to watch the movie. Tonight was the finale of the lowest rated season in American Idol history. You could tell the show was in trouble when they announced, and the winner is, what's her name? And my final joke for season 4 is, Arby's is celebrating a Game of Thrones series finale by offering its customers a giant turkey leg. It's all part of their Game of Thrones tie-in. Diarrhea is coming. That's my favorite joke, number 2. One of my favorite things in the segments that I do, and I initially started this segment to show you handyman fails or construction fails, because it's just stuff that I know that I can look at and it always makes me smile. And then it makes me hate stupid people even more. And then I start throwing things. However, I love this segment and showing you these pictures. So in this edition of Oops, it's Oops, the original edition. Sorry, I just thought of that last part at the end. Anyway, so I'm assuming this is in a motel, and I'm not sure if they did it because the legs had wheels on it, or if they did it because it was too low and it's actually supposed to be a coffee table. But regardless, I don't know if I trust this desk. I'd be fine with it. My standards are really low. You know me. Well, you don't know me. Well, some of you may know me. Anyway, you don't personally, truly know me. And I've never claimed to be a member of Mensa. I've never claimed to be brilliant in any stretch of the term. However, I think I could have done a better job than this plumber because something just ain't right. Okay. Gentlemen, ladies, more so for the ladies. Okay, so my dad is the type of person you could give him a stick of gum and a toothpick and he can make a bomb. I'm just kidding. FBI, please don't show up at this house. I'm just trying to prove that he can fix anything with the smallest of items. Never would he even have considered doing something like this. And I don't know if it's because it just doesn't look right or if it's because you'd be washing your hands after peeing in the sink. Because they actually do have a water pipe running to the faucet. Hey. When push comes to shove, people have been known to pee in sinks. But it's probably because they're drunk. And they thought the sink was the toilet. But at least they tried. That's just being lazy. And how low is that urinal for them to have to add a sink much higher? I'm not going to think about it. What I am going to think about is this. I am colorblind. And I know something's not right in this picture. I'll let you see if it jumps out at you. It's not the right tile. There's nothing I can say about this other than this is a shitty setup. I just thought of that one. Thank you. Moving right along. Okay, this has to be in a bookstore. I'm guessing. I don't know. But it just wants you to know that these books are an essential structure purpose. They are not for sale. I don't know. Maybe I would, instead of paying for the books, I would get you a new set of shelves. Excuse me. Let's see. Okay. Maybe it's that there's no handrails. But something just tells me that this isn't safe. You know, it might even be the big giant hole in it. Seriously. How comfortable would you feel knowing that your house is being held up like this? I've seen worse, but I'm just saying. And again, not a member of Mensa. Not an electrician in any sort of the term. I don't know which one's the ground wire. That's what I call my dad. However, I just don't think this is safe. That is a MacGyver. And finally, this is not a MacGyver, it's just a huge health hazard. Now, I come on here all the time, and, well, not all the time, but I come on here a lot, and I tell you how much I don't like kids, and how much I don't want kids, and how much I despise kids. I truly do not hate kids. I do love kids. Obviously, I have 4 nephews, and I babysat them as they were growing up. I am the greatest uncle ever, despite what they say. Just kidding. Anyway, I only forgot their birthday a few times. Anywho, I just don't want my own kids. And I love having my nephews over when they were younger, getting them riled up on sugar and Mountain Dew, and then sending them home. That was the best part of the day. Anywho, I thought I would prove to you that I truly love kids by doing yet another segment of There's a Reason I Don't Have Kids. Now, I know that didn't make sense, but if for those of you who do know me, you would know that it doesn't make sense that I would have kids anyway. So, moving right along. When I was growing up, I wanted to be, throughout my years, a teacher. But, like, the subject that I wanted to teach always changed. But never. And there was a time where I wanted to teach elementary school. But then I started realizing how bratty how other parents' kids are. Anyway, and never would I have, on the first day of school, had my students draw a picture of me because they're gonna look like this. And this. And this. Now, I think it's cruel and unusual punishment when you are a child, 3 years old, and your math book has you draw pictures. First of all, you know that whatever the kid's going to draw is going to be 800 times bigger, and then near the edge when they realize they're going to run out of paper, it gets smaller and smaller. You know that. I would not have you draw anything, and I think I can't really see the picture very well, and I tried to zoom in and it just made it worse. But I think it's an apple. But there's no way you could tell by what the kids drew. Maybe a peach, maybe an eggplant. I don't know. Now, I can't really understand what the other girl in this picture is saying. You were wearing the ring or something. I don't know what it says. But I love the reaction. How? Sorry, I lost my place. There we go. Now, this child's assignment, they are learning the alphabet, I would assume. Because they learned that T is for tits. And tights. I love the hair. Just saying, the hair is my favorite. Despite the fact that it says tits, the hair is my favorite. Okay. You know, I used to watch the Criminal Minds. I would love shows like that. Murder mystery or like the thriller suspense shows. Some of them. Crime, I guess. And maybe it's because I've watched a lot of shows, I know what to look for. Because, let's be honest, if you watched a whole series like Criminal Minds, you personally know you're certified to be a profiler now. However, I don't think a profiler needs to tell these parents that their kid is kind of messed up. Especially in one of their assignments when they say something like this. The girl next to me is pretty. I collect her hair. And then draws a picture of him cutting the hair. Your child might be a serial killer if... Now this next one is, I can only assume, that the assignment was to write the vocabulary word, define it, and draw a picture. Okay, the word's drench. My brother just drenched me with his water gun. Okay, well, let's look at the water gun. She didn't have cool hair. Now, it is taking everything I have to not bombard you right now with jokes. And I did consider it. However, I'm going to let you come up with your own jokes. But if this is a picture of an amusement park, I really like the slide. Insert your joke here, and there you go. You're welcome. That's right. And finally, so I've, when I was a kid, done a lot of teeter-totters, seesaws, whatever you call them, potato, patata. Never have I ever seen a teeter-totter with a handle like this. And I just want to say that it's not something the kid drew, but it was in a kid's coloring book. Enjoy. Anyway, as I mentioned at the beginning of the start of the show, it is the season finale, which means only one thing: season 5 is right around the corner, exactly 4 weeks away. So I want to kind of give you a preview of season 5 in this week's edition of the Spotlight. Okay, I'm going to get a little winded. So sit back and relax. First of all, I want to say I'm going to tie my goodbye segment into this also. So if it seems like, you know how normally I'm like, well, that's the end of the show. I might not do that because it just might flow better not doing it. So I know I have a couple of scripts written, and you know me, I'm not going to follow them. And probably will get off course a lot. So bear with me. Here we go. So season 5 is right around the corner. And I know what you're all thinking. Tell us more information about that murder mystery competition. Well, here's the thing. So I am going to start season 5 on April 25th, I believe. Let me pull up my calendar here really quick so you don't even know I'm doing it. There we go. Yes, April 25th will be the season premiere of season 5, and I will give you all of the contest rules, official contest rules, the story, the scenario, the suspects, and then I will never speak about it again. While May is Mystery Month, it is also another holiday month that we are going to celebrate. And I'm not going to tell you, hey, there's a clue coming up. Or, hey, you better pay attention to what's coming out of my mouth. That's not going to sound right, so I'm just going to stop it right there. Anyway, so I'm just going to randomly celebrate a different holiday for that month. And throughout the show, whether it's something I say, whether it's something in a picture, or if it is the picture, or for all of you haters out there, may know where else to look for clues. And if you have been following all season long, and there were a couple of weeks maybe I didn't do it, but almost every episode in this season, I have put a word or saying right here. So I may be putting clues there. You never know. So I am not going to speak about the contest or the murder mystery until May 30th. May 30th, obviously, the last Sunday of May. And I will then tell you that the email is open for your submissions. I'm only accepting submissions for 2 weeks. After that time, which will be the week before the season finale, I will stop accepting emails. And the first person with the earliest time-stamped email with the correct name of the killer and the clues will win the $50. Also, I want to point out that the clues will be subtle throughout the entire season. I will not even tell you who the killer is or what the clues are until the season finale, which will be 3 weeks after the competition. 3 weeks after the clues are done. May 30th, the clues I will not be showing. After May 30th, I will not be showing you any more clues. And it will be June 28th. Sorry, I'm looking at my calendar as I do this. June 28th, which will be the season 5 finale. I will tell you guys who the killer is, who the winner is, and what all the clues were. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to kind of just wing it and go. And I have a lot of planning for my episodes yet to do. However, I've got the whole murder mystery set down. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of what's coming up in season 5. And as you all know, I started doing the show and told you that there are changes coming. And specifically, I told you beginning of this year, the beginning of this season, that I'm changing everything, including the name of the show. I hope you guys like it better. It just seems to be more appropriate, I guess. And I kind of want to scale back and talk about that for a second. Alyssa and I are still really good friends. The decision to change the name of the show literally had nothing to do with that situation at all, them not being on the show or anything like that. Alyssa and I, when we worked together, we would talk 3 times a day. We had 3 different times of the day where we called each other to have a conference call as to the drama going on in the business. And we still do that, not 3 times a day though. We do it about 3 times a week. So I'm still really good friends with Alyssa. We talk, I don't want to say all the time anymore, but we do. And it's no hard hurt feelings on either side. I changed the name, 1, because it was more appropriate. And 2, because I had to let go of the idea of having co-hosts. I really enjoy doing the show by myself. Anybody is welcomed on to be a special guest co-host. If you ever want to be, just let me know. I will work something out with you. But yeah, I did it because the name of the old show was because literally we were going to sit around and talk shit. And that's not what ended up happening. So I didn't feel like it fit the direction I wanted to take this show. And I think the decision was the best decision I could have made for the show, to change the name. So it had nothing to do with Alyssa and Chandler not coming on the show. I still love them. I miss you guys. You ladies are awesome. And I have some new ideas that are coming. I know I've told you. Well, hello. Hi. Oh, pretty girl. Oh, yeah. Okay, what? Now you want a cookie because you know you got on air. And you're being tricky. All right, now go lay down. Anyway, sorry about that. Little Taser wanted a surprise, I guess. So I'm going to wrap this up because I know she has to owe you tea. So I just want to say really quick, thank you. Go lay down, please. Please, go lay down. Go lay down. Taser, go lay down. Go. Thank you. Go lay down. And I want to say thank you. I know that coming up in season 5, it is also my 50th episode. And let me just start this by saying this. I am filming this. Normally, like I told you, I film a couple of weeks in advance. This episode, I specifically wanted to film today because yesterday was 1 year ago that I posted my first episode. And so I want to thank everybody for watching. I know that my views aren't the greatest, and I don't have the subscribers, I don't have millions and millions of subscribers, which I never expected. I'm lucky. I wasn't even expecting anyone but myself to watch these videos, to be honest with you. I was just doing it when the pandemic started and we were under lockdown, and it was a way for me to keep my mind off of what was going on. Every day became just a routine, and it was wake up, sit down, and watch TV. Well, it gave me something to do. It allowed me to keep my mind fresh and thinking, and I want to thank you all for letting me come on here and annoy you guys for about a half an hour every week. And I'm going to continue doing it. I love doing this show. I do want to give a really big shout out to somebody that really means a lot to my life. I met this person, and I cannot legally, not because I don't have their consent, but legally cannot give out their name, because I met this person when we were in the hospital. And so for that reason, I don't want to give you their name. So we're going to call her Dorothy. Dorothy, when we got out of the hospital, there was about 6 of us that exchanged phone numbers and said if we ever need to talk or just someone to vent to, or we were planning to go, please go lay down. Go lay down now. We were planning to go out to eat once a month and just have a group therapy session and whatnot. And Dorothy is the only one that has stuck to it. And Dorothy and I at least message each other once a week. And if not, we talk through Skype or something at least once a month. And if it wasn't for her, I honestly wouldn't continue doing this show. She pushes me all the time to challenge myself. And the old me would have done this until lockdown was over, until the pandemic was over, and then Or when things got bad at work with my previous job, or stressful now, working 6 days a week at my current job. This is a way for me to come and just go away and do my own thing and have fun. And so I'm going to keep doing it. She pushed me to keep going, to not give up once the pandemic ended. And it's because of her that I challenged myself to continue doing this show. So Dorothy, thank you so much. And I wouldn't have done 46 episodes, almost 50, without you. And you know the show means, you know how much the show has become to mean to me. So I just wanted to say thank you to her. And I hope she ended up moving to another state. I hope we get to see each other soon in person. You know we can party it up, girl. Anyway, so yes, the show I filmed exactly 1 year ago yesterday. And the 50th episode is coming up. So it's kind of making me kind of look back and think of everything about the show. And I hope you guys continue to watch. I know that the upcoming seasons are going to have huge changes. I might even be getting rid of my desk. I don't know. I might just I feel weird just sitting at a couch because, like, I just feel weird. I don't know. But I kind of like the idea of a desk. But I want to be more open, more inviting. I don't know. I'm thinking about things. Anyway, so a lot of things changing in the upcoming seasons. I hope you stick with me. You've drudged with me through the worst of my shows when I first started this thing. And I hope that now that it's getting better, you stick with me. And my dog is sitting here annoying the crap out of me because she has to go outside. So I'm going to end it right here. I also, really, really quick, just want to say thank you one more time to Dorothy, especially when I lost all 5 people in my life last year. Dorothy was there. I was talking to her at least probably every hour, just because something was always going on. But anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the support. And as long as you guys will keep being here, I will keep making these. Anyway, without further ado, also, let me know what you want to see on the show. If you think there's something funny that I should see, don't forget to send it to me and I'll share it. There's my social media accounts. And while you're sitting here watching, please do me one more big favor and like, subscribe, and get the notifications anytime I post a new video. So be on the lookout for anything during the off season. Until April 25th, everybody. For now, that's all I'm saying.